And we're live, and welcome to this, I think, ninth episode of Within the Ring of Fire, The Fall. And I will get right into it because of technical difficulty from not only me. Oh, sorry. Oh, I should really have got that up. Let's go down here, and we will start with a recap. Akrova had followed Apitak to the House of Contemplation after the words of Apitak's on Tox Suk-Tar fell from his lips. Their visit was longer than they expected after a break of an illusion. They fall into a strange hollow displaying unreadable but understandable words. And we go to after the dark Duro encounter with some clergy of Valak. A deal was struck for the cost of information. The priestess would apply give Eros Locust as a trade-off. Apitax and Akrova found themselves on the market of in the market of Frost, outside the House of Contemplation, days after their first entry over this doorframe. And the Eros and Kuro was in the same market looking for sweet tea grass and making use of Kuro's long-fingered tendencies. And after a so-called terrorist attack, all was changed for a bit. But now, a day after they were struck, they are sitting outside in Kuro's hut, shown on roll 20, I believe, or quite a abbreviation, but and on this night, on the night of ice, where the cold from the dead elder creator travels just a bit further from the borders of its home, longing to reach out and mold Kvegafail once again. The event of yesterday is still settling in the inhabitants of this town, and outside the borders of the Orcish community, the streets are quiet. The usual music and laughter can't be heard in the rest of Flame Dance, even this mid-chain. And yeah, you're sitting there, you can describe yourself, and then I will find some music for that. So, sure.
Yes, sitting there in his, unfortunately, it can only be described as a hovel. His his hut is Kuro, the liar, a kitsune, a fey creature with his sharp-featured face, his reddish eyes, his long pointed ears, and his hair the color of snow. Though despite the coloration, he appears to be quite young and fresh-faced. And being a kitsune, he has a white fox's tail extending from his rear, which sways to slowly and languidly to some hidden tune as he sits there outside of his hut, looking quite proud even of his squalor, because he has gained some opulence, and therefore he has gained some fine things. There's an extra stool. One of the stools even has a cushion on it, stolen from the swing. He is, of course, sitting on that stool. That is his kingly and lordship stool that has a cushion on it. And there are some wooden mugs in addition to the ceramic mugs, and tea is passed about. And it has a bit more flavor and a bit more of a pleasant scent to it instead of the usual grass that he has just purloined from the local areas.
Sitting across Kuro is a orc wearing a simple brown robe about him. His hood is down, showing his sort of calm expression, showing those hidden beady black eyes underneath the pronounced brow. The pronounced cheekbones and other facial features of this orc resemble that of perhaps a bit more of a gaunt-looking individual. And I sit there holding one of the wooden cups of the tea in both my hands. My fingers, my hands are much larger than the cup itself, so it almost looks a bit comical, as both my palms are rather kept open. My fingers, my hands, my wrists, and forearms that lead into my sleeves are quite thin, uh, rather spindly. The fingers themselves are perhaps a bit longer, and my skin is a lighter tone of a greenish brown coloration compared to some of the other orcs that'll be outside working the fields. But I sit there calmly. I bring the cup to my mouth, where hangs those tusks out from the sides of my face, and they just sort of angle downward as I open my mouth slightly, and I slurp loudly, as is the custom, showing my gratitude to make such noises, showing that I enjoy this. I look at Kuro after I drink.
And sitting across, playing a lazy tune on his mandolin, there's Akrova. His blazing red skin and various tattoos that mark and dance across his body. He sits there playing his lazy tune. When he takes a sip of the tea, it's not a sip so much as is a gulp, treating it almost like a shot glass in a lot of ways, taking it all at once and then drinking it all at once. And periodically he takes puffs of smoke from the pipe containing much opium, and then passing it back to Kuro and anyone else who wishes to imbibe, as his eyes are lazily looking at the flame, watching it dance. He rests off to the side, relaxed, and enjoying this quiet moment. Still nursing a lot of his wounds. He's still very much bandaged up, especially around his midsection and shoulder and arms, from the vicious wounds that he has received from fighting several Duxet and their rather skillful ways.
I'm standing there near Quero. I just had helped the king's wife, her blood still staining my very pale fingers. Not quite alabaster, though. From where I had taken her, the blood also staining slightly, ever so slightly, my lips and beautifully perfect white teeth. Oh, how fine it did taste. I am glancing about with a look to try to perhaps very much appear important, as if I have done everything, and the credit clearly should be due me constantly, and most definitely at the moment. I stand almost 6.5 foot tall, with a thin, well muscular yet lithe build, smoldering orange eyes, and bright. I have some bruises appearing very slowly on my body, and my clothing definitely seem to be beneath the quality one as gorgeous as myself should have. I am physically a perfection. On a scale of 1 to 10, I am 15. And yeah. And Okay, I didn't catch that part. And yeah, I'm standing there with Quiro and surveying the marketplace.
Kudo, were you there when they attacked? I think I remember you moving about. Or perhaps another of your kind? Were you hurt?
I was, I had escaped any sort of physical and bodily harm, but I must say that my mind has been scarred and traumatized by these ne'er-do-wells that have attacked us and attempted to instill fear and crush our spirit. But as you can see, Flame Dance still stands, and those still dance out there. And and I point out, and there's people milling. There's no one actually dancing, but there's people milling around. And the spirit of this place cannot be destroyed in such a way. No, there's a strength here, a strange vim and vigor, unbeknownst to the rest of the world. Here, people live for the moment. They live so powerfully and so passionately. They burn and they stay alive, do they not? And with that, I look to Eros Adonis, because he stood there, flame red hair, sword in hand, and blood all over his boots and his arm. Flame orange hair. Got to get that right. And I then look to Arkova, who seemingly now has more scars than tattoos, even though tattoos cover his muscular, rippling frame. And though the blades have pierced many of us, some more than others, breath is still drawn, blood still flows inside the veins rather than wetting the floor as some sort of bizarre offering to whatever dark demon that those had been possessed by. Though I think, as I have said before, that demon came in the form of snorting up the screamer powder that is so popular amongst the worshippers of Mool and such. Fam have a fondness for it. They'll sell it. You need to stay away from them. You don't want any trafficking with Fam, that's for sure.
Hmm. I see, Eros. You had not been harmed? I look at you, expectingly,
I slowly turn my head towards you, opening my mouth ever so slightly. Yes, I am fine. These ducats sit were unacceptable. Still, I think it may provide some, how shall we say, lasting impression upon the natives.
That is good. And I'm
Yeah.
speaking in Sindarian. Now, if you three would pardon me if I speak incorrectly, but I have not spoken much with Faye. Is this common amongst your cousins? They have troubled minds. Is this common?
I know very little about them. Perhaps, Quiro, this is a question better for your tongue.
I just looked at Kudo.
Yes, it is most troubling. Normally they enjoy dancing and gambling, tossing dice about, or playing the tablets, and that I make a reference to the domino-like game that is often played in Flame Dance. And they're not necessarily known for violence, and if they are, then it is simply to kick a man in the head and keep him from messing with them, because they are, a soft people, a prey people, much like the satyrs. They are often pushed about, but the Ducksit have the sense to put their feet to use whether they are escaping or whether they will batter their foe into submission with their large feet. But still, the art of murder, the art of terror, is often unknown to them.
Arkova, you are. I can see you are hurt, but I believe readdress those wrappings you bear on yourself. When the sun rises again, clean them, redress them. Remember to do this, Arkova.
When you say this to him, his head's kind of bobbing back and forth a little bit as he's lazily playing, and he keeps taking a lot of puffs of that pipe of his, and he'll look over at you. Oh, yes. Yeah. I'll get on that come morning, as you say.
Be sure to remember. I see you have a new stool, furniture. Kuro.
Yes. For certain acts of, I would say, heroism, of searching for those wounded, unable to move and escape amidst the stalls, and staunching wounds with rags and such, dragging people away. And I did protect the esteemed, the renowned, the lovable Teliptab, advisor to the king. I made sure that he was not rent asunder as his kind is so prone to do in times of violence. The Hibben are not known for their art of survival. And while I saw to his safety, Eros saw to the safety of the king's wife, one of the king's wives, and I believe that our efforts should be rewarded not only by this, and I pat the new stool, and I hold up one of the decorated, those like clay mugs that I've absconded with. I believe more riches, rewards, and renown should be in our future. This we'll see. We'll see if we are rewarded properly, as is our due.
You have been given these things by the king?
No, the king has not rewarded me directly as such as of yet. These things were more rewarded by those who were directly there at the marketplace. Whether they were given to me in hand or not, there was a certain gratitude that I saw in the eyes of those wounded and unconscious, and I know that they would wish me to have such as but a pittance of a thanks for staunching wounds and trying to reattach limbs unsuccessfully, but who really can do such a thing. I simply provided hope for a future.
I look at you and I look at Eros and I just nod. A bit of contempt flashes in my eyes for a moment. This is good to hear that I gesture to both of you, are receiving gifts for what you do.
Gifts? I have not received gifts.
Not much, not enough?
I don't believe I've received anything. A gift.
And that is a true crime, to receive nothing for your heroics and your efforts.
I see.
But perhaps the words of the wanderers through that thoroughfare, perhaps they shall pollute the air with their kind memories of my efforts upon the past day.
Yes, many of them spoke of you, your blade, Eros. I do not.
That's beautiful.
Yes.
Oh, whoa, what reward was this? And he begins to kind of shift himself in his seat a bit. Uh, I didn't get nothing. I got this, and pointing at all of his wounds that he got. Uh,
Yes.
puffs of white smoke begin like billowing out of his nose.
See how we have been wronged here. Arkova has bled gallons for the cause of protecting the people of Flame Dance. He brings them song in times of peace, and he brings a strong arm in times of war and conflict. And yet what was he given for his efforts? A knife between the ribs and bite marks upon his backside by those treacherous duck sit.
I believe you speak perhaps too greatly of your deed, Kuro. For there was blood spilt. It was not your people. It was mine. 19 lives were lost.
Yes, the attack did appear to hit the orcs most viciously, unusually more so than the others. I cannot help but note that the targeted wife of the king, a known oracle, a known magi, she was definitely a target to be taken down. The orcs were taken down. I believe hatred of the magical arts are definitely at play here.
I quiet down as I look down at my cup.
Who would dare fight against wolves who practice such things, Are they fools, or are they just that brave?
They can be both. One, the other, or both at the same time. It is hard to tell. Most of us who understand the ways of the Magi have had to keep it secret. There are those who wish to bring it into the light once more, but they are overzealous, and perhaps they are also fools. For my money, I do find comfort in staying in the shadows, keeping it under wraps. I will share my gift with only those who I trust the most. Now I assure you, if I see visions of the past, present, or future, they shall be shared with you. But to share them with any other, well, first copper at the very least must cross my palm. I have slipped certain visions of mine, certain strange anima that I have seen in the darkest of nights. I have slipped those into some of my plays, and those with the wisdom to listen, perhaps they have heard and learned something. If they have not, they are fools and they deserve their fate. But you, all of you, nary a fool amongst you. Yes, each and every one of you, I will share my wisdom. But if you wish to keep that at hand, then you must protect me. You see, if Magi being targeted, it would no doubt pain you to lose your very best and most favorite Kitsune friend, would it not? Let us keep some of my talents quiet here.
You are protected, I feel. I just glance at Eros for a moment. I look back down at my cup. I drink.
I return your gaze when you look at me. It was not my prerogative to annihilate you for such transgressions. I do, however, not hold any particular love for this, perhaps undeserved self-aggrandizement.
I only say that I believe out of all of us, you are the only one that knows a art of war. Carry a blade. You are protected here in your home, I feel, Kuro. As long as Eros is with you. Hmm?
Yes, yes. Eros is definitely one to watch over the pack. And I think back to all those times that he has not so subtly hinted that he's going to devour me.
I look at you like with just confusion on my face. Aphetex, I say, wait, you think I'm his servant? That is what you have imagined.
Hmm.
Oh my. Oh my.
Not a relationship of servitude, but of brotherly, familial.
I look way down. What are you, like 5.5 foot tall? I look way down at him like, and then you like with just complete confusion on my face.
For
Oh,
both of you.
you have very strange ways of uh, the Fae. I should be kind and leave it there, I suppose.
Uh, I have not spoken with many. I do not know your. Forgive me. I have spoken and make deals with a, for a cart in Abdelang. I wonder, Kuro, if you make deal with advisor, the little one, the one of that looked like a beast, an animal. What was it?
Yes, yes, the Hibben.
Yes, yes, Hibben is the word. And I believe if you speak to this one, your worries of not receiving enough, uh, this one will give you perhaps more wood and more dirt and seed.
Uh, yes, yes. As much as I would like to be the emperor of dirt, I feel that a reward for saving the lives of those romantically entangled with the king, those of his trusted advisors, I believe that we should be wrapped in swaddling silk for all of our efforts. I mean, dirt is all well and good, but I can get that for free.
I agree with him on his statement. Well said, Quero. You do possess the silver tongue of the fox.
Hmm, I see. It is different. The claymen, when I speak to them, they speak in similar fashion. They say they want these things, these silk, uh, other things. They list many things that they want. Hmm, many things.
Yes, yes, that is true. They are a young people, and they are finding their place in the world, and they need procurement. They need stability and safety, and sometimes this can only be provided by material wealth. And it is not a sin to be interested in such a thing. It is, it is a certain safety in this insecure and uncertain world. You never know what will come after you. Why, would any of you have thought that a rabbit man would come after you with a knife in the marketplace? No. Even I was unable to make such a prediction. Such is this world. And you can protect yourself. You can protect yourself with a certain amount of opulence, style, and charm. Make it so No one wishes to plant a knife in that back. Why, to think of doing such a thing would be an affront to all that is holy, an abomination. There's a certain power in that.
Just then, you see Arkova kind of lean his massive body over towards you, and he leans his head down. And he seems to be swaying back and forth again while still lazily playing. And he goes, as he takes his pipe out of his mouth, "You you think that you think that claymmen use each other to build homes, huh? Get it!"
Yeah.
And he like pats you on the back hard.
I kind of wince at the sound of your loud voice, like.
Yeah, they'll stack each other up like logs in a log cabin, and they're certainly fat enough to keep each other warm. Have you seen some of these humans walk around like they got 3 or 4 humans inside of a suit that looks like a human?
They just take the water and place it. Clouds of white smoke billowing outwards. He leans
I
back
look
against
at
the
him.
shack.
I look at you, Kuro. Kuro, have you made a tent before?
Have I made a tent? Of course I've made a tent.
Stretched skin. Yes?
Yes,
I
yes,
would like-
I can stretch a skin over. Let's see, I can make a tent. I can make a drum. I can yeah, any you've trusted in my outdoorsman skill before.
This is why I ask. Yes. I feel Orkova may wish to stay outside your homestead this night. I look at Orkova and like nod. Yes?
Oh, I can find my way back. This
do
this night is quite nice. I can the eyes, they light the way like torches.
Ah, very loud, Akova.
Oh, I'm sorry. Apologies, Eros.
Yes.
Yes,
He
the
begins to snicker still under his breath.
night it will become a bit chilly. How about I go inside and I find something nice to cover, maybe I look over Arkova, maybe his leg or something. And as I begin to stand, I suddenly stop, inhale sharply, and then exhale, and like just frost, as if around me it was 20 degrees cooler, and then my eyes just dilate, the pupils get wide. I begin to stare. We were given the shackles to keep a token of friendship not yet sealed, but she took them, me, with silver word and silver knife, one of the twins. Oh, and then I fall.
As you
in
fall,
my-
I move to try to catch you. Quiro, what is wrong with you? And perhaps for the first moment you actually detect with your detecting skills the flicker of actual concern for you on my face, which I quickly try to cover up. And I'm like kind of holding you as you're kind of falling back and looking down into your eyes.
I actually become frightened as suddenly, my mind faded out. Now Eros is holding me. Oh, surely this is the end, and I'll soon feel Mihan-Gi fangs upon my neck. Oh. I move. What is a?
Are you feeling well? You're making strange gibbering sounds of complete nonsense. The words you speak.
Oh, did I truly now?
Yes.
is
gibberish
rare for
about
me to.
such.
Oh, it's
I
rare
never.
for me.
So,
Forget the words. I have no memory of anything that's passed my lips. I sit down and now I'm just like I start drinking the tea and I look and then I take out a little mug of like mulled cider and I'm just like chugging that. Ugh, I what has occurred here? What was spoken?
I just look at you and Eros. I just watch.
I'll sort of glance back to Yorko and then at you, um, F-attacks, and then I turn my attention back to Quiro. You, perhaps you need something to drink that would perhaps be helpful to you. Just sit there, and I sort of slowly stride across for your home and getting something for you. Very, again, not typical. And sort of a slight etch of concern passes over my face again as I hand you a drinking horn, perhaps made
Good.
of goat horn,
Good.
perhaps.
I thank you, and I take a sip of that. And as a silent return gesture, my door has oft been left wide open for my Mihongi compatriot who is disgusted by the iron lock and the iron handle that is on my door. Well, it's a copper handle and an iron lock, but even so, his feelings are kept in mind, and yes, the lock is often it is often left open when I'm there. I feel a bit returning. I hear words, a silver sword, a silver knife. The one of the twins was taken. Shackles.
You're only talking about iron and silver. Silver itself far too close a twin to iron, unwholesome things of the far underground. I care not for them. Things of Tehul and stagnation, limiters of the endless, boundless creativity that is the great dream of the fairy.
Yes, the silver is odd. It reminds me of a cold place, dark place, a place I do not wish to visit. And the iron is, well, it is worked by humans and femme and other things that understand not artistry, but simply industry for their own sake. Ugh.
Perhaps I start to rise up. Perhaps it is time to end our meeting on this cold night. You need real rest, it seems, Kuro. Yes?
It just then, like, Arkova leans his head over into the doorway. You, gonna be alright in there, Kuro? You feeling well?
Yes, I felt a chill and a numbness as if I had fallen in a lake of ice, which I have unfortunately done before, and I do not recommend it at all. No matter how delicious the fish that you see under the ice might be, do not attempt to catch them by yourself. Still, one of the twins, a token of friendship. Shackles were a token of friendship. Who would do such a thing and put shackles on them? I'm just mumbling to myself, like looking at the fire.
Come, Arkova. Let us walk till you rest.
Yes. And he gets up and kind of stretches his back, kind of sways from side to side a bit, slings his mandolin back around. Let us go.
I
Kuro,
thank you.
Aros, I will See you all tomorrow. You take care of yourselves.
Yes, yes, on the morrow, this place will need your healing abilities, Apotax, and it will need the songs and the raised spirits of the mandolin strings dancing on the dancing.
Eros, look after him. And with that, he just gives like a strong nod and then gestures over to.
I kind of wince when you talk like, oh. And I give no acknowledgement either way, whether I will or will not look after him.
He looks over at you, Epitax, and his gestures. Let us go.
I thank you for having us. I turn and I leave with Arkova.
When you two leave, the two female Nagali who you spoke to in the previous session, if you remember, they stop you at the edge of the orc community. They've clearly been patrolling. You can now see they have sabers at their sides, and they look at you. We do not recommend you move outside of the community. Ajay.
I leave you here, Okova. Rest well.
As you say. Yep.
You are welcome to stay. You are. You were at the site. We saw you.
I look at them, and there's like a look of like anger and like a contemptuous sort of like. And I look, then slowly I look back at Arkova, see what his response is.
Arkova at this point, he's still on the pipe. He's still looking up. There may even be a few chuckles here and there he'll be making as he hums to himself, and he just kind of rotates his shoulder a bit, winces at the pain. It is all right. I can make my way home. Take it easy, Apotex. I'll see you tomorrow. I'll be sure to change these wrappings.
I just nod, and as I turn to just like almost like if the two Nergali like want to say something, I almost like dismissively like, oh, he gave his answer, okay. And then I walk to him, but I slowly mumble, and Arkova you could probably hear, take it easy. Sort of mimicking that term.
And with that, Arkova wanders off. There'll be a bit of a hum as he moves on by. And not so much like a drunkard, but there'll be a bit of a sway as he walks. Maybe it's a bit of sort of an opulent swagger, but who knows at this point.
And as you get back to the House of Contemplation, there are fewer people on the street. There are not any music you can hear as you walk, even though you are passing a little in. As you know, you walk this way sometimes, and when you get into the House of Contemplation, the scene is as it always have been when you get in there. The walls are there, made of twigs and bone, tied together. Owl skeletons are hanging in the ceiling as artworks, and you can see Gavush standing there. Others are slouching about, snores ahead, and there are this smoke which filled the room, and he looks at you. Get in here. He motions with his head for you to get closer.
He gets closer. Almost looks like he's gonna stumble, but then kind of gently falls down to one knee.
He looks at you strangely. I've not been honest. I've seen you before, Kruger. do not know why they wanted you, but I saved you from something. You are not remembering 2 days ago. Are you here for answers? Anything? You can see him leading you in the back through some like small twists and turns with these small rooms. People are lying in there sleeping. He's moving through the smoke. No, like trail after him. Just as if the smoke is just stagnant as he moves. You can see that you're definitely making like a pattern as you move. Still.
He gets on through, and as he kind of finds a spot to kind of just sit down, he'll look over at him. I only have one thing I want. There's information that I've told you about before. Those who have wronged me. Those who have taken a life that was not theirs to take. That is what I seek. Then I will find them. And then justice will play itself out. And then maybe, perhaps, just maybe, I can find some peace.
Peace. Is this what you want?
Peace of mind. Knowing that those who have wronged me can no longer wrong anyone else.
So, this path you were sent on was after happening. Stay with me, and he like moves closer as you're like drifting up, like stay with. Yes, this sent you on this path. Akroba did it. He like tried to get an answer out of you, getting trying speaking.
This
closer,
path.
closer.
I could very easily have chosen not to. But why would anyone not? That was family, that was blood. I don't know about you, my friend, but if someone close to you was taken, would you not feel that fire within? I've always felt that fire. All ogres have that fire within, but now it feels like a torrent. I do much of what I can to not think about it, but why not think about it? To find them, to break them, to eat their flesh. You know how many times I walk around and I hear and see their thoughts in my mind. I play that scene back, you know, many times. I don't want to. I try not to. It happens. And I can't stop it. Like a wheel. It doesn't stop. And then I just get angrier and angrier. Eventually I want to break something. And I do. Often it's a face. Often it is a piece of wood. Something not living. It's never satisfying. It feels like it never goes away. But this, and he turns his mandolin around, this is the only thing that gives me some peace, yes? I play this, and maybe just for a little bit, I don't feel so bad. But after I'm done, like the tide, it comes back again. Oh, and kind of gestures over to the pipe a bit. This helps out as well. But I never truly want to forget, as he puts his mouth back on it.
He looks at you like sympathy washes over these Typhon features. They almost like move in ways that Typhon faces would not move normally. As he like contemplating standing there. Yes, so like I have someone I lost. And I'm doing what I can to get him back. I cannot help you. I can help you with revenge, but I must tell you something.
Hmm.
Kruger, I've seen you before you walked into the store. Seen you on the Maidens of Dreamers. I saw your path, saw your demise.
My demise. He kind of raises up for
You're
well, not
actually,
really stands up. It kind of just straightens himself up. My demise.
you can see how, yeah, and you can see he's like getting lower, like a worm. As you get higher, he gets lower. So
When he notices that, he kind of feels just a little bit bad about that, and he kind of just leans back a bit, but he's still up.
yes, I changed it. I could not have known what would happen. I saw your importance, Clover.
You saw into the strings of fate? I
Mm.
thought that was only for the realms of the gods to know. What?
No, I saw I saw into the hands of the gods.
Truly,
Looks
that is special indeed. I know nothing of such things. Whispered, perhaps.
you I told you about the good Sith.
Hmm.
They gather, and he leans closer to you, and they have visions by their, and he like gestures up, Maker. You understand, Akroa? I saw you were important, saw that you were supposed to be there.
Why am I so important to them?
Like,
All I do is
yes.
play. Perhaps they wish to take my song as well. And he kind of grabs onto his mandolin a little bit and caresses it as if it were a child.
Looks at you.
I can't let them take that away from me. They take that away, I might as well be dead.
You can still get revenge, Akroa. You can help
Hmm.
me. Yes.
He'll lean in this time, and it's not the first time someone has used that to lure him in, and using his guile and this surprising amount of cunning within him. He'll bait this on further, unsure, of course, battling between his honesty and such. He'll look towards him. Go on, I'm listening.
They are here again in this city. This is one of their places of operation. They have something I need to get what I lost back.
I'm aware that they're here. You see these wounds? I fought some of them on the streets yesterday. They attacked, killed many orcs. They did. Apatax, he's very upset about this. He don't show it too much, but part of me sees that. And I don't like that either. They killed many people. I think it's time they stopped. But what is it that they have of yours?
Something old. And he like walks to one of there's like a big puddle, like a big that word. Oh well, a lot of skin laying on top of each other, and he like puts his hand into like skin, like something ruffling, and then he pulls out. He has like a piece of paper, and he shows it to you. A crude drawing of a necklace.
Hmm.
It's in black and white basically, but it's shaded as if it looks like metal. And he like shows it, and he rolls it up. It's a very well, that's you wouldn't know that word. It's a thick necklace. That's yeah.
Does it look like plain or simple, or is it like some very opulent looking
No,
amulet?
it's not looking opulent. It's very simple, very crude, but very like chic. If you could see it, it's very simple but sleek. If
Okay.
that makes sense. Yeah. And he like rolls it up and like puts it in his like in a back pocket he has. Yes.
I can get this for you.
Good.
That I can do. But do you know where they are located?
In the forest. I do not know much. I do not move out of here.
I see. Well, you leave the rest to me then. I'll find out where they are. I have ways.
Yes, I have more of these. There should be more of them if you find another.
How many?
4 of them.
4.
Yes.
Very well.
But they are not part of your revenge. Only mine. Sleep. And he moves his back. And as he moves his back, darkness falls over your eyes. So, we can move to the next day, Abitax. I believe you had a good, yeah. And you are in the communal, coven area, I should say. These like skulls on the walls, they're quite empty, and the bodies laying about have been washed by their relatives, their friends, their family, and they have like a necklace of the troll they believe in most on their chest, all of them carved in this wooden pendant on them. They're lying on weaved mats of fresh ivy, and they are, of course, dead. Some of them, most of them, are headless. And you can see Ahmose and the old orc who's finally up and standing. You can see still she has those vines too long, as if she has been in the ground for, cycles. They are so long and they're still not yet gone into her fingers, her feet, from that spot where she resides. They have like this bowl open with cinnamon and beech nut and lemon balm standing there, probably filling the room with these lovely scents that you will not enjoy. And Ahmose is holding a skull in his hand and saying, "Corella, we need your knowledge. We need to keep you here." And you can see orcs standing in the room, not there, but slowly there. You can see their figures. You can see their wounds. You can see two are holding each other's hands. A small child and its father, one of its fathers. They are slowly moving into their new resides as you get in there.
You said there was another magi here, apparently.
Yeah, it's a very old orc who's always sitting. Female orc.
Can you type her name out?
Yeah, she's called the Anselite. Can't I? Oh wait, it's on the other computer.
Just type it out. Yeah, type it
Yeah,
out.
yeah, I will.
So I walk in. This is the following day, right?
Yeah.
The following, basically the following morning. So I walk in there.
The 61st
Yeah,
day.
yeah, it's a bad day. So I walk. So I walk in, flanked by these, bodies laying down as I walk down one of the vacant pathways, and I'm uh, making my way to this uh, other orc. Would I know of her status within the? Mhm.
She's higher than Ahmose, but she has given up the call of teaching others. But
Okay.
she's the oldest of the coven of your three.
So I approach her, and as I approach her, I wait. I don't bow to her yet, but I wait for her to uh, recognize my presence. That I'm like, so I like slowly walk to her. But I'm looking down at the bodies, watching them. Um, Sadness creeping onto my expression, but not really showing. And then I turn forward and I look at her holding that skull.
And you remember, as in a short flashback, the first time you were here. You spoke to her about their empty shelves, as they have slowly, over a few cycles you have been here, been filled a bit. But you remember that they were nearly empty when you got here, as you see her again, standing up. And she looks at you. Abitax, what
And then I kneel down.
brings you here? And she looks at you, holding that skull, and then when you're kneeling down, she like quickly puts it, not quickly, like slowly puts it up. And you can still see these tendrils just hanging off her fingers.
I kneel down and I bow my head down, and then I look back up at her. I'm here for one thing. I was there when it happened. When those Fae drew blades of metal into the backs of these, our brothers and sisters. I heard them. I had saved some, but still many lay here. I hold hatred in my heart for all that we have done for these people. The new, the newer. They would do this to us. I mourn for them, but I feel these younger peoples will not understand nor respect quiet orc. They must know this must never happen again. I ask for your good wishes, High Magi. I ask those with us now, those others, and I gently turn to some of the skulls and back to her. I ask to aid me in this. It will not be obvious to their senses. I only wish to repay the favor that they have done our people. I bow my head down at her.
She looks at you, sadness filling her wrinkled eyes. You are thinking revenge. Yes. Thing of the gods. Abitax. You are bright, hopeful for our future, but do you wish to fall with them? Fall so low? I will give you wishes. I trust you. And she looks to the fully exposed ghost standing there listening quietly. Will you harm? I trust you will not harm innocence. Eyes linger on the child. Take what you need.
And then I slowly rise, and I turn and I address some of these specters that are manifesting. And I even close my eyes for a moment as I turn and I face the rows of the dead bodies, some of them being headless, most of them. My eyes, when they open, there's this flash as the prana explodes out from my eyes. The silvery, dry smoke begins to fall from my form as I open my senses to them. My sight, my vision and voice. And I look at...
They were visible. And you can see them looking at you.
Mm-hmm.
As if you had just entered the room and they're...
And I look at them and I say, I only ask of those to aid me in this, to find those wretched creatures that would end your life so shortly. There is danger in this, and this I do not wish upon any of you. But those of you that hold fire in your heart still for what had been done to your body, I ask of your aid in this. Find those killers, those responsible for your death. Find them and show them to me. Once this is done, and I gesture my hands outward, like grandly, to this area, then you may have your rest.
You can see the father looking down at his child. He cups his bald head. And then step forward as the first one. As a few little group stands forward. Nodding, not saying anything.
I slowly turn.
Holding their arms out for you.
Like I'm facing them, but I turn my head towards this other, to the other Magus.
You can see Larus also looking at you behind her.
I look at both of them for a moment, and I turn back. I'll give you my body. Stay within me. venture out, when you smell or see, be my extra senses. For those that have fallen to madness, for those that seek orc blood, never again. Show me, and I will do the deed. This is all I ask, and this is all you may do.
They nod.
Only those that wish this. And I look to that younger soul. I look back at some of the others as I turn back around to face the specters, still opening my arms out, welcoming them.
You can see their ghostly form as they had their arms stretched up with you, almost like fire. Looks like the ghost is centralizing, and then one of them slowly touch you, and the mist just falls over you as he slowly disappears from, well, his back, more away from you, till there's only his hand left on your shoulder, that cold mark, and then there's nothing left. And then another, and another, and another, and you see the last one standing there. He steps she steps one step back, looking at you hesitantly, and then she don't follow the others.
And everyone that goes into me, the first one, I'm tough. Yeah, I feel that horrible coldness seep into me. And then the second one, I wasn't ready for that. A grimace, my teeth exposed from my lipless mouth. My face, the skin around it tightens around my eyes. My brows furrow, and my arms tense. My entire body tenses as more go in, and then finally it's too much, and I fall down to one knee. Both my hands are down onto the ground, and then I slowly rise. Then I face the other two. My body a bit hunched over. I'm breathing heavily.
See in Laris's eyes, proudness fills them a bit. He smiles at you, showing those cat teeth, one of them missing from the fight. He nods at you, and you can see the other one. She's cold as ever, but a small twitch in her lips, mouth shows that she's pleased, and she nods at you, takes a hold of another skull. And Laro walks to you, placing his warm hand on you, as all Shians run a bit warm, and he looks at you. This is a good good idea. Abitax, you are brave. Do not lose your courage to what's out there, but do know that we will try to keep this safe as we can. This time, our coven would help your community and not listen it. Because of you. And he lifts his hands off you. You can see him moving because as if his hands were cold a bit. Now his paw, and he smiles once again and then moves to take a skull.
I look at him, when he's still there, and he pulls his hand away, and he's kind of like. I look at him and I ask, Master, I may need another robe. As I shiver.
And he nods.
And then I turn to Dalit to regard her, slightly nodding. And then I turn to leave.
As you leave, like light comes behind of you as another soul is bind to its skull. And we go to Eros and Crow as they are in their hut. Waking up, there's a lot of people outside, but you can definitely see a lot of Nekali with the very visible weapons looking out. Oh. Well. And that, by the way, that don't really heal as long as you are.
Yeah.
Sorry. Well, and yeah, you wake up. People are moving around. You can see some of them are regarding you. Others are, as they usually are, not trying not to you know, keep a little bit away from you. Besides the children who are just goggling and looking at these strange creatures running around, especially you, Eros. But any yeah, but you can take it away as you walk there.
I sniff the air around me, always focused, particularly on wondrous locusts that I have been feeding on in their clay earthen pots. I move my head through the crowd almost like a thrasher, just smelling everything, taking in the horrible sense of the town, the offal, the sweat, the loathsomeness, but also anything that is unusual, searching, sifting through each of those smells to find anything that might help in my craft to come.
Not in the craft to come, but you definitely smell fear on a lot of them. Not necessarily for you, but a lot of fear is written over some faces. The Nekali are trying to keep their calm, but you can smell it on them as they walk closer to you than others.
The Nergali seem to be scared of something that they feel is to be coming, not of me. Is what
yeah, it's not like when they look at you, it begins. It's like it's always there, and then they look at you, and then they move on. It's just an always just this odor is keeping you. Not really see it on their faces, but they're not like making mannerism, like gripping their sabers or something. They're just very, yeah. You can just smell it on them.
I'll glance at them and continue my way, finding that there's often so many things of interest just here upon the thoroughfare. Whatever can be wrung out of the muck.
I'm continuing along as well. Seeing these cat people here, where they got arms and armor now, like an army preparing for war. I don't like seeing this sort of thing in Flame Dance. Flame Dance has always been a peaceful place, a place of revelry and wine and song. And the most dangerous thing was getting too drunk and a satyr creeping up behind you and massaging your shoulders. Anyway, I don't like seeing this thing. They got long pole axes and what's this place coming to? It's like those ones that had clapped you clapped you in iron chains and bound you. They look like them, only they're different. They're still armed in the same way. I don't like seeing a uniformed army marching about. I don't trust it.
Yes, nor should you. There's there's so much fear in the air. What shall come, I do not know. But you must remember, Quiro, we are not. We are to find our spots, our places, the time when time comes right to seize what destiny has put upon the wind. We shall not allow our lives to be taken by pedestrian violence. We shall be the violence. We shall be the storm. Flames. The dance. We shall know the song, and we shall move accordingly. Do you understand me, my companion?
Yes, yes. A storm, a flame and darkness.
Very much so.
And I see it now. A cat eye, like green flame peering from the darkness.
Yes.
But it is a protective thing, and is not a thing of evil. Even the demons can quake in fear at the march of her, the goddess with the bow that strikes. It's gone.
Goddess bow that strikes. What are you gibbering about?
There were words there.
Is one of those that
beautiful.
kick you in the head? Were you kicked in the head severely? Is that what's happened to you, Quiro? Huh? Kicked in the head?
No, I've never been kicked in the head in my life. I stay away from both Optalangs and Duxit for this very reason.
They can both be dangerous in that area, I would assure.
I
Yes.
saw the most beautiful thing. I could feel as if it was somehow connected to these cat folk. It's something.
Most beautiful thing. What do you mean? What do you mean? You looked upon me? That was your saying.
I think they would enjoy looking upon you. Both flame and darkness are important to them in some way. I don't understand.
I don't know what's important to them, nor do I particularly care, but they are welcome to look upon me, and I just look at some Regali, as are all.
You can see them, like, they make like a smile and a nod at you as you walk past them, as you walk out of the Orcish community.
I'll smile, showing my teeth ever so slightly.
They are staying inside the Orcish community, looking at you as you're leaving out. You can see like a slight worry on the female who smiled at you as you walk out, like, and you walk closer. You see the House of Contemplation standing there, smoke billowing out of the gaping door.
I say to you, Quiro, why do these monsters linger about the Orcish area? Do they eat Orcish children? Well, why are they about them? I thought the orcs bestial enough in their loathsome ways and silly heathenism, but these things they're positively repellent. In fact, look at that one over there. The fleas leaping from it. It is despicable.
Yes, I've never seen one avail themselves of the natural springs about here for cleaning one's body. Well, that one's licking himself. I think that's the best they do. Is licking their back of the hand.
Oh, that is positively despicable.
It's a poor attempt at cleanliness, but you see, it is the unfortunate ways of flame dance that the newer citizens, the newer species that come here, are oft relegated to the outskirts. That is the story of my own purgatory here on the outskirts. They have not yet learned my true value my true place, which should be far more to the center of town, where I can look about and see all things. And I wish to judge them. I wish to judge them for once. And I think back to Apatax and the cruel judgments have always been slung my way. And the other orcs, as they gaze at me with their beady eyes and they judge me and find me wanting at all times. Yes, these cat people, they are new here. They are untrusted, and perhaps this has made them disenfranchised and ornery. And I look to the Nergali with their weapons. Yes,
They are large, but they are filled with fear. Something that can always be exploited, I assure you. Yes, the people here are very slow, you're correct. They have yet to anoint me and bring me into their temples and into their castles. No, that will not do to have me rot away in obscurity. They are far dimmer than I had thought when I had smelled a smell upon the wind and came here, and I had lost myself in rumination for days. Yes, they are unfortunate.
Yes, there's but one temple that I know of that welcomes all, no matter how slovenly or oafish that they are. And it's just as that moment we see Arkova exiting from the House of Contemplation. Oh, there, one of our companions has availed himself of the House of Dreams.
And as I come out there, the door flings open. There's a cloud of white smoke following in my wake as I come out there. And you hear that playing coming out loud and proud. Oh, that was a good rest. Ugh. But as he stretches, there's a bit of a wince in his eye. As the wounds haven't yet quite healed up all the way. Ah, my friends, I see you here. Yes, this is good. You come by to visit me. How nice of you.
Oh, yes, we've been taking a stroll and ruminating upon the nature of flame dance and the peculiarities of the cultures here. We also took notice of this army that seems to be marching through our streets, and I point to the Nergali, so armed as if they were humans. Ugh.
A trouble in sight. Many
And
battles that leads to many deaths, many corpses.
by the way, Akrova, a little note. You have
Mhm.
been kept up some of the night by some muffled screams from longer down the street. Just you've been waken up by like one or two of them, but
Am I able to discern like what kind of screams these are? Just like does it feel like it?
the screams are in a language you have heard Eros try to speak at Kuro, but and they were quickly like stopped, and well, some of the other sleepers were like stirred by this, but they were not really woken up. And you can see and Girush, who was there, says that like she waving like no, it's no problem. Actually, just sleep, and then sleep will have fallen. But this should be a long way away. You would say in a eastward direction, but if you look at the map, but that's no problem. That's just a little note. It was just maybe like labor. Maybe it was a woman's scream, but that's just as you remember from your slumber. Difficult to say, but it was really a dream, but it happened a few times.
Okay. Well, I'll say that in his opium-induced highness and all the emotions that he's gone through throughout the night, he is quite unsure of what was real and what was not during his psychedelic travels through the dream.
Yeah, that's
Uh,
yeah.
he'll look over towards the others. There'll be like this wide grin and a growl from his stomach. Oh, I must say, I am hungry, my friends. Would you like to get something to eat, or have you already partaken?
Ah,
Green.
I thank you for your offer, Arcovo. I would be a fool to decline on the offer of you purchasing us the breaking of the fast in the morning. You have my many thanks.
Hmm.
I have eaten some locusts.
Oh,
How are they?
They are excellent. Beyond really the aspect of the food that I had previously consumed, they even caused me to, well, I didn't exactly catch them, though, in one manner of speaking. And I sort of elbow Quiro. Yes. But I could use perhaps a goblet of wine, since you're in such a generous mood, Orkova.
Hmm. Very well. Let's just fill our bellies up and in turn stoke the fires for the rest of this day.
As you go,
as we move, I speak softly to Eros. When one of your friends has emerged from the House of Dreams, the House of Contemplation, they're often in such a good mood. It is a fine time to ask favors and services from them. They'll find them most generous and most giving.
and you, Akrova, see as you are walking down the street, you see Cyprus, the satyr you talked to in the, and
Hmm.
he is like he's looking distraught. You can see his hair is there's like a little bit of blood in his in the tips of his dark blonde hair. He's like looking at you as he recognizes you in the crowd, and he like moves up to you.
What is wrong? You look like
We cannot get into the Orcish community. They will not let us in, but we need the barber. You know then? You were there when.
you need Epitax, is what you were saying.
He's nodding. He like looks at you like regards Kuro and then like looks at Eros and then he like stops and stands there for a while and then
I allow him to look upon me as he should.
he's like looking like moving a bit.
Hey, come on.
I suppose he would need Apatax. Apatax is one of the few orcs that will deign to track and trade with the satyrs, and as we've learned, perhaps do other things. Yes, he will need Apatax for the other orcs will not let him into the area.
What exactly is going on, though, my friend? What troubles you so? What do you need Epitax? He's looking at the blood upon his hair.
He's not in his armor, by the way. But Hans's wife. There's something wrong. They were out in the forest, and I do not know. She keeps waking up and screaming these horrible screams in this strange tongue, and he keeps whispering something to her, and it's. They could not get into the community. The Nagali hold them out. Oh well, hold me out. He was still there.
Well, don't you worry then. I will get Epitax. He'll get over here. He is a kind soul. He'll help.
And he like nods and like looking around, looking at the arrows, and then looking away again, and looking him again, like nodding.
Yes, good, Arkova. Hey, did he say Hans's wife is in danger? We cannot allow the population of the Shadow of Fae to fall even by one. You understand?
And in a certain other gesture, he'll look over towards Eros and then glance back at you, Kiro. That is true. And the fact of the matter that someone as famous as that, and he emphasizes that word a little bit, could yield great favors to be done. But who knows? What do I know?
Perhaps there seem to be little favors to be done by any in this place. I have yet. And I soften my voice, but it seems to actually kind of hurt my ears slightly. I have yet to be rewarded. The shop. Quiro, you must get to this with post haste. Grasp you, clamping my hand under your shoulder.
What?
Do you understand my point?
If we reward for what?
Oh no, there's nothing. Just talk. Hey, my friend, you keep her up, keep her sound, and make way. But my friend, Apotax will be here, and there will be a wave to follow. And with that, he just kind of turns on his heel and just kind of starts jogging off as fast as he can. That his wounds will allow. Though at times he kind of slows down his pace, but then speeds back up.
The others are standing in the market square in front of the big tower, and he just looks there looking at the arrows, looking at you, tapping on his small feet. There's new cobblestone who have been made here. They're just brand new. You can see some pharaoh are sloshing water onto the street and then having these square rocks which they're hammering into the ground, making just expanding the cityscape. And you are stopped by Nagali in this full plate. They're looking at you. Business. You are, and then you can see this. He has a skull on his face, dark fur, looking at you.
Do these look similar to the ones I saw last night?
These are armored, but this
okay, gotcha.
This is clearly not clearly for you, but male. But you can see after.
I need to speak to Apotax. Please. He is needed, required. His skills must be required. Someone is hurt.
You can see a female, you remember her, looking at you. Yeah, come in. I know you. I know him.
Thank you.
And you are getting past. You can see others are standing outside, a sailor, standing there, just just pointing to you, and then pointing to his cradles of wine, and looking at them, and they're just stone face, and he's gesturing, and then gesturing in, but he's no luck, and they're just growling at him, and yeah, but you get in, and you can take it at me as you meet in whatever places. Good. Well, where are you looking, Akrova?
Well, he does not know where he is, so he'll actually, when he's in there, he's just going to shout at the top of his lungs, using his sing, to try to elicit. That's right.
And Apotax, you are standing with the Hippen, and you have a large, new lizard friend by your side. You can choose the colors of it. It's not in the best quality, but it's still a young, healthy, but little on the thin side.
Yeah.
And you can. It's yours. And you can hear just Apotax being yelled.
And I'm looking at the Hippen. He's like, it's yours. And I look down at it, and the whole time, as he brought the Optilang to me, the Optilang, as soon as it got close to me, it started pulled its head away, and the Hippen's oh no, calm down. The Optilang just doesn't really being that close to me, and I don't really touch it, but there is that slight sort of agitation, that nervousness that it has being around me, and then I hear Apotax, then I raise my back up
looking up.
And I look back down at him, and I thank you for what you have done for me.
And he pats the like little sack in his other hand. He has like the reins and the sack, and he like pats it, and there's like clinking of coins.
You had said the cart, and then appetite. Another shot. You had said the cart was from Clayman.
Mm, you have the card, but that's, and he like points to the card.
Oh,
There's no room. It's like a really small card for like one person. But
Appetite!
you're like, uh, but I guess you have no place to have it. And like petting the other thing, like just getting back, flicking his tongue out, and like looks like he's regretting flicking his tongue out, and then
I thank you, but it appears my attention is pulled elsewhere.
Hmm.
And I turn, and I say almost, before I turn, like I turn and then I turn back to him. If you do one more thing, put the Uptalang upon, secure it upon a post. I will return for it. I feel there is an associate who wishes to speak with me. I turn back and I make my way up. And you say, "Appetite!" The third time. And slowly, like coming out from, like eerily coming out from like a stairway leading up.
I run up to you, stopping, catching my breath a bit. Oh, Apatax, your services is needed, my friend. Hanzo's wife, she is in danger. I know not the exact specifics of this, but she is in great pain and is in need of someone of your skill to attend.
I see. And there's like this eerie cold draft that begins to wrap you. Arkova, you could feel something like dancing along your skin, like fingers. Like
Oh, he
playing
begins to quiver and kind of shake a bit. Kind of pats his arms a bit.
If you give me but a few moments, I will see to you outside with my proper tools.
All right. I'll be here waiting, my friend.
It will be a few moments. And I turn back. And you see me like I move, not like I don't move slowly, but I mean orc standard, right? You've been around some you've seen how fast I walk. I'm sure like, come on. And I'm just like as I return like 7 minutes later. And I have like a satchel over. You see, like I have that simple yet sleeveless sort of robed tunic. I have another sort of cowled cape-like robe over that, and then another one that's over that as well. I have some other clothing. Well, I've looks like a thick sort of amount of clothing over. But I see to you outside, and please show me. And then I stop and I say, show me. And then I turn and I make my way over to an Optalang in a car. Harness, and instead of walking next to you, I climb up onto the thing and I grab the reins. And you could see the Optalang kind of like veers away a bit. Like it doesn't like start moving, but like its head like moves away from mine as I just make my way behind it into the harness. That's the chains and whatnot that are connected to the wagon.
Arkova clambers onto the Corva will clamber onto the wagon as well, and he'll point you in the direction. Oh, this way! Come on, let's go!
You grab hold of the side of it like, oh, there's plenty of room, and I raise my hand, and I like in your haste I like gesture. Please, this will be faster for both of us. If you want to use your feet, and I this cart.
I see. All right. Follow me. and he just starts to take off and starts to run a bit, slowing down again every so often, with his kind of holding onto his sides a bit, but not too much. But he does take care as he does so.
Do you remember to clean your wrappings?
Oh yeah, I clean my wrappings. Oh, ah,
And there's no response to that, but I follow. The sounds of the rickety wooden wheels, kind of turning as the Optiline is moving.
And we go back to the three of you standing there, and he's like looking at you. So, why you know them? Yeah. So he's standing there like quiet for like a minute and a half, and then it was like it was too much quiet, and he looking at you.
Of course, we know everyone. I mean, can you imagine us not? And I look from him. I look to Eros. Like, of course we're famous.
And he like
I look back at you, kind of like, well, yeah, obviously I'm famous.
and he's like, you can come in and sit. As we wait, and he's like looking after that way, crow around like impatiently. You said something about a reward. Enlighten me.
Yes, and since he invited us in, I just start walking.
Yeah, he follows you in.
Yeah, I just go in, and
you can hear like a slight mumbling from like an upstairs, but
mm-hmm.
and
So is this his home or is this Hansa's?
no, this is like a tower, like the Forest Watch Tower. So
Oh,
like
okay.
Caserne, I think it's called. Barracks.
Mm-hmm.
Small baby. Yeah, but it has several stories. But and he like there's like a desk and a door and two doors. Wooden floors, stone walls,
Mm-hmm.
and he's like gesturing to some stools.
So yeah.
We should that we will be in here. Like looks up, and you, Eros, can of course understand the melodic tones of Aegeran being mumbled upstairs, but of course the Satyrs has no idea that you are even the same species with Hansa. That would be above everything. And you can hear that the Hansa is speaking. Like, just be quiet, be quiet, my one. You will be good. And she's like mumbling, and this strange, he's like switching between a tongue you have heard before, this tongue of darkness and annihilation and horror, as she is screaming. Some night as she's screaming, she's mumbling. You can imagine that if she had the strength, that she would be screaming. Do not fight. No. And you could just hear these mumblings coming from her as he's trying to comfort her. But yeah, that's what you hear. And he's like looking up at the like ceiling, like, and smiling at you too. So yeah, and he sits behind the desk,
hearing the whisperings of Aegeran and screams. Of course,
not screams, but like muffled, like if
yeah,
like hoarse.
the sound. Mm-hmm. Still, the sounds of pain and sorrow.
Yeah.
It certainly stirs some deep, dark memories within. And I remember these sounds, and I turn to the satyr. You bring us 2 goblets of wine, pray. Move quickly, as if the eyes were upon you.
He like looks at you for like a moment, and then he like has this like a half smile, and then he like bends down in front of the desk and like opens, like puts a bottle up, half filled, and smelling of these like very fragrant, like spices, very spiced wine. Probably not a strong alcohol content, but very like spiced. As he like gets the cup up and like puts it over, like smiling and putting and looking at you two, looking at the door again, and then
I look at
your voice changed. Your voice changed.
I look at the half-emptied bottle. You've been sneaking a few sips there. That won't do. If the commander finds out that you've been warming your blood at night, he may seek to regain every single last drop that you've stolen, and more. Your secret's safe with me for now. Just remember that. Just remember me. And then, so I drink, and then I hand the other one over to Eros.
There was only one bottle, and then he like looks at you, and then he like waddles outside one of the doors, and he comes back very quickly with like a filled bottle, and like pulls it, like smiling at you.
I
Looking
reach-
at the door longingly, as if like orc and ogre better come here soon. Like
I reach for the bottle, and I also look at Quiro like you know, that was a very much in character sort of thought there. Like I think he's just going mad. Like he's been acting crazy as hell recently, and I figure, well, I guess I'll get what I can out of him while I can. The poor little bastard's gone crazy.
yeah. But you just continue to hear these mumblings. I should probably do them in yeah. But yeah, you finally get there after a long, awkward like stare. He's just staring at you, Akroa, when Curious like stopped speaking, and when he speaks, he like looks nervously at Kuro, and then he like goggles back, and then he like looks nervously at the door. His gaze is fluttering between all of you, and then Akroba, you are at the door.
Oh, when I get at the door, I don't even knock. It bursts open. Boom! I'm here! And I bring Apotax as well! A healer in tow!
Good. And he like looks
Like
up
his
at you.
arms are just wide out there, just kind of like stuck in this pose. And then when Apotax makes his slow, methodical way up to him, he'll kind of bar the way and have his arms extended outwards. This way, Apotax. Yes.
Thank you.
And you can hear like footsteps from going down a stair, and ogre is opening the door. You are the healer. Like looking between the three of you, the four of you, just not really. No.
I am Apotax.
Akrova will stand behind him and kind of just like having his hands gesturing towards him as he says this.
Where is this sick one?
He gestures upstairs. You can see like bruises. He has like bruises, dark bruises on his arms, as he is shirtless. There's no cuts, but it's these dark bruises.
I look at that. You know, as I pass by him, there's this cold chill that just sort of passes with me as I pass by the ogre, and make my way upstairs.
As he leaves my presence, his back begins to kind of shiver. He begins to shimmy a little bit, feeling these tingling sensations around him. He kind of begins to grab his shoulders and rub them. Ooh. I did not know it got so cold sometimes in Flame Dance. Ooh.
He just nods at you. He like looking as you are moving up the stairs. And then like eyeballing the two of you. You are. I saw you at the market. You two. You nearly saved the Icatus. He points to you, Akroa, and he like nods, like, you are brave.
Thank you.
No,
I'll do what I
he's
can.
He's pointing at the arrows, but sorry.
Oh, he steps in there anyways. He's like, yes, I know. Thank you. I killed many myself.
And he like looks at you.
All right, I can't brook this. I kind of like slide in front of the massive ogre. Yes, I appreciate your recognizing of my deeds. It's most kind of you to make mention of their effectiveness.
No, you are. I saw you. You are good with your blade. I've not seen one like that one. You must.
Nor shall you again. It is
Smiles
obsidian and silver, made far, far away from here by a fire you should not ever come close to.
Not. He like looks to. Why are they here? And I have his name. The sailor's like looking up. They are acquaintance, and he like, strange bunch, and he like walks up again, and you, Abitax has seen a room decorated in. There's like tapestries on the walls, like a sofa like this long, where this strange creature, you have seen her before, Gaesh, is laying there. She is, well, alabaster now. She was not alabaster before, and you can see just a big cut, not just a big, like, bite mark on her calf. Sure, that's the right word, yeah, on her leg. And she's just turning and twisting, and she has just, like, bags under her eyes, and she's just mumbling in this strange tongue, and Hans are standing over her, like holding her, as she's not to fall out of the sofa. And he's mumbling in Nigerian. Elskling, jeg ved virkelig ikke, hvad jeg skal gøre. Bare slap af.
I pause at the entryway, like seeing it's Hansa, and I didn't know.
You can see that he has like there's like he is in his armor, but it's clearly there's like a piece of it missing. There's like a big back, and yeah, just blood soaked, like all like the cloth sticking out of his arm, like with where his hands would be. There's like blood there, but all of the others are not in their armor, but he is still in his armor. As he's standing there up and like touching her hair and her like horns as she's like moving.
I had paused for like a second as I see this scene. Then I begin to walk forward, and Hansa feels that cold chill enter the room as I draw a bit closer. But I don't like immediately go up to them. Like I stop and I wait for him, a bit nervous being around this individual.
He looks up at you as you get in. It's like it took him too long to recognize you. You should feel you're very close before he like looks up at you.
It's endearing. I say, I am healed. I am here to heal. I will need space and water. And I hand him a wooden bowl.
And he points to the ogre behind you, who walks up to you and takes the bowl. And walks up.
Like an old grandpa. Here, I give it up to the big ogre.
And he's like taking it and moving out, and you can see Hans is still standing there.
I go over to like a stool, I grab a stool, I take off the satchel, I start opening it up, and I start taking out several other little bowls and little pouches, leather pouches of things, as well as some intricate tools that I unfurl from a sheepskin wrapping. These very delicate tools made from sinew and small pieces of carved wood and bits of bone. The bone itself is very thin, similar to that of fish bone. Several of those end in points and needles. They are hollowed bones. And there's this other strange contraption which I put onto my head, my bald dome. It's like this leather strap, like a circlet. And hanging from it is this weird sort of metallic contraption with several glass lenses. I sort of turn and I move that in front of my eye, and I move another one in front of my other eye, and I look at Hansa as the water is brought back in, and I start cleaning my hands. All this dirt and whatnot from naturally an orc just seems to amass a large amount of dirt under his nails and between his fingers, and I start washing my hands a bit with that water, and I wipe it with a cloth, and I gesture to the ogre, "I will need a fresh again," and then I turn back.
And when walks down, you others could see him he's the ogre's walking with the ball just outside the staircase and into the other room, and then walking back, balancing, and you can see the satyr looking back at.
And I quietly gesture, "I will need to see the wound fully. Please move your hand, Hansa Kyun."
He's not holding. He's holding her shoulders, and her leather pants are shriveled up, removed to the thigh. You can see beside these bite marks, you can see just normal bruising, but you can also see these dark lines. If you know what dark lines and red lymphoid infection, if you know what
Yeah.
that is, yeah.
Yeah.
You can see them moving up in her leg, just up to her thigh.
Okay. So, I see that. I immediately think that is an infection, and I get a tourniquet out, just a leather strap, which I begin to tie that around her one leg. And as I'm doing that, I say, and almost I'm very slow and methodical. This isn't, maybe there's a bit of tension in the air, but I'm very sort of controlled and working. And I ask, what had done this to her? A mauling, a bear, a wolf? What happened?
At you. Just looks at you. First he was bit showing teeth as you begin yeah.
I pause a second when he bears
He's
his teeth.
He looks down, and you can see a bit of it's not really shame, but it's just confusion. Satyr and a figure were there. He was black, cold, rough.
Satyr and a black wolf.
What? What did you say? He looks up at you. Just all.
A satyr and a black wolf, then.
No, not wolf. Man.
These are markings of a beast.
They were. She told me this. I found her. There were only satyrs when I found her. And he touches her. She's into a slumber now. He touches her antlers. When I found her, there were only satyrs there. Dead ones. Keep stroking her antlers.
You show signs of battle, Hansa Kyun. That you killed these satyrs. I just say very matter-of-factly.
Others. Not satyrs. They were you could sit running wild. I met one of them, a bear. We were out there.
Describe them the best you can. Take your time to collect yourself.
They
Your
were just
mate is in good hands.
they were just they could sit. They were just I do not know why they wanted to. I guess I got close to something. Maybe the ones responsible for the attacks. He like looks and he like touches your ankles again, and then he like and he's still in slumber, and then he like walks downstairs and he like walks from you.
As he's leaving, I say, Duxit, do not make these markings. And I turn to him. It was a beast. I turn back and I continue working.
Maybe. And he stands there, maybe the cold. She keeps saying cold about him. He shakes his head, and the ogre comes back, and he like walks downstairs. And then he like looks at as he walks downstairs slowly, and looks at you three, and looks at Eros. You can see his posture is like mourning and worry and tiredness. You could also get this Kuro as he like looks. Why are you here? And then seeing you like drinking his wine, he's like looking, or wine, and he's like looking at you like a bit of just anger flares up in those tired eyes, but
I push the bottle with him. Have some wine. It'll do wonder for your nerves.
he looks at you just posturing a bit as you say that, and then he like takes it anyway, walks over to you.
It's yours after all. You've earned it. And it. Now, when did Arkova get here? How'd you sneak up on me? That giant. That's impossible. The hell's going on?
I've been here for a while. Kuro, what is wrong with you?
Oh, something tore up her leg. Gotta see to that.
Yes, Apotax is already there.
Yeah, he's doing real good now. I sort of just back away and like.
Okay, Kuro, how about you have a seat, my friend? Perhaps you're having a cold spell like I was.
Yeah, just had too much sunlight. It's bad for you.
He just nods as he says that.
You can see Hansa keep looking at the ceiling. Kuro, I saw your piece. It was good.
Oh, yes, and my confused visage is like, oh, I immediately brighten up. Oh, yes. It was a tale of wonder and heroism and love. Yes, you saw. You must have seen the epic time, the search through the forest for the lost chalice, and there was then the sprites. Oh, and the sprites came in. They always stealing the goblets, stealing the treasure. You found it. You found it.
He nods, trying to distract himself. And you hear like a mumbling sound as we go back to Abatheth. You can see her like taking hold of your hand and just like mumbling something. Jeg så dem. De var der. Han var varm, ligesom koldet. And she like goes back into gibberish.
I pull back a bit, like when she grabs me, because those long black nails. I'm like, oh! I didn't expect her to
And
lunge.
you can, when you're looking at her nails, you can see there's like blood just trickling down them. But yeah. Oh, this like it's not trickling; it's like dried. But there was definitely like blood on, like old blood.
But immediately thinking that perhaps there was some sort of venomous beast that struck her in the leg.
Mm.
You know, I purposely, I work on that first before any other like. I do like quick. I don't stitch any patchworks or anything. I work on that first, and almost like like a detached scientific way. I watch her veins, the coloration, and her alabaster skin, as it changes or if it changes from the darker colors and the lighter colors.
You put
Watch.
lines so you can see it, and you can see after like some time has passed, you can see the lines are moving. And you can give me a barber roll. So
Yeah.
you can just barber roll, and that's it, I think.
Okay.
And
Not all that good, but
yeah.
bonuses. Okay. At a 16.
Okay, this is definitely it's an infection. You do not know of this infection, but you have not seen it. You do not know.
Mm-hmm. All right,
Yeah.
so I'm thinking that she this happened earlier,
This is and you can see from your barber that this wound is like 1.5 days old, maybe.
Yeah, and Hansa Kuhn, the beast that he is, he most certainly doesn't know how to properly dress this wound. So it infected, surely, and so I'm like, but I do my best. And once I notice that her leg's gone, then I go and I undress her. Like I take off her pants. I take off her, if she's wearing an armor or tunic, I with like
She was the tunic
button
on
it.
top of her was this was moved, but not the pants. They were just cut where the bleeding was,
Mm-hmm.
where the wound was so they could see it. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
But being aware of people, the other people's. But like I take off her, the pants and the tunic, but I put like some other fabric.
He like walks out.
Yeah. I put like a fabric over her waist and basically from her from like her crotch up to her breast after I check her stomach and her ribs and pelvis area. And then I go up to. You said there was a serious mark up here, right? Like by her.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I go up there and
like a bruise, not really, but like a like force was still there, but no cuts into the skin. So.
And when the ogre leaves and it's just it's me and this monster, I say in Thraxa, like soothing words. In Thraxa, I'm saying, calm yourself. You all must calm yourself. Now is not the time. Look out. See.
They are.
And it sounds just like a. Oh no, no,
She's fairly quiet, but she just keeps mumbling and then falling in and out of consciousness and yeah.
But I continue working. I put like a warm fabric on her forehead and soaked with warm water, and I continue sort of working with her as long as needed. And like once it gets to a point where like she's stabilized, and like there's no immediate the infection's okay. So it's and then I'll get up and I'll open the door. I'm sure I'll see like the ogre there or someone.
Yeah. He's still standing there, just like looking down at you, like moving so you can get to the stairs.
But like I open the door and I see and I just ask him, bring me Hansa Kuhn, please.
And as you're sitting there, you can see Hansa-kun just looking up and then like moving.
I look at him and I
Stare as you can see him walking in as you say that.
close the door as he walks in, and I bring him close to the body, and I start pointing out areas. First like the bruising up there and other sort of markings, and then I go to her leg, and
You can see like there's a lot of older marks, but they were just like older marks.
hmm and I gesture to the leg where the infection is,
Hmm.
and say, Hanzo-kun, she is stable and will need time to recover, but her leg is infected. There was a threat of it spreading. I tell you this so that you know that amputation may come in the future. If the infection is not stopped, if it is allowed to spread into her body,
He goes down to his knees before, in front of her.
the infection spreads to her body, she will suffer before dying.
You. How long?
A few days. Watch her closely. Call upon me if this, and I gesture to the markings, her veins. If you see any more of these markings, the dark ones, there, no there. Anywhere else on her body, was called for me at once.
He nods and turns to her, and we go to you standing down with the others. The others have got a lot of wine. Some of them have got cheese from Silvis, but
As I walk into the room, you're all enjoying your wine. You're having a bit of a relaxation. This cold draft comes in. As I have my satchel and I enter back in. And I regard you all, and there's a bit of a grimness to me, and I nod to each of you, and I sort of linger a bit on Eros, and nod a bit.
I hold your gaze.
And,
So, how was it? How was it? Epitax, will she be well?
in time, she is well now.
A wide smile washes over his face. He holds his arms up. Ah, Epitax! You are the best. Yes. Healer of the body.
I don't like smile or nod at that. I'm just like, well, of course. I've been doing my orcish mind. I've been trained to do this, and I've been doing this for some time, so of course I'm good at it.
Now, Epitax, that bite, was it a burr, or was it? Do you think one of them Nergali? They've been marching around with axes and swords. I'm sure they'd bite someone.
Though they have fangs,
Yes.
they do not bite. It was from a duty that the Forest Watch takes. I believe it is from this they suffer wounds.
Yes, it is dangerous out there in the forest. They do take a great burden upon themselves going out there and keeping everybody safe. Now, if there was a bear, I suppose it's still around. They didn't talk about slaying it. I'm gonna don't leave any food in my hut. Is what I'm saying. There's a little bin out back. We can put it in there.
I
And
do not believe the food that I would eat in your homestead would attract bears, Kuro.
oh, good. Ignoring the what I assume was an insult in there somewhere.
I do find it uh, enlightening to see that both of you are here for this occasion to share drinks with the wary defenders of our flame dance. And I say that as I slowly turn to the other satyr and some of the other guards. Cypress, I think his name is.
Let's see. What did you say? Sorry.
I'm saying to like Eros and to Kuro, like, oh, I'm amazed and enlightened to see that both of you have taken amount of care towards those that defend our flame dance.
Well, we wouldn't dishonor their service. You know, we're thankful for what they've done now, risking life and limb. Maybe if if you have to take off her leg and to make a sawing motion, you know, to take off her leg to save her life. Well, what do you do with the leg?
Yes, we are both very much grateful residents now of Flame Dance.
You know, I look at Eros when he's speaking, like that comment that you said, Kuro. Like, oh, where do you keep that? You're like, I always forcefully ignore that. Just my mouth sort of tightens a bit. But I look at you, Eros, when you say that.
And Eros, as you say that, you feel something very familiar. Someone you just catch the glaze of. You can remember this feeling from anywhere, and then it's gone. Just a flash of
Feeling like the feeling of the locusts.
no. This is definitely together. Definitely knowable. Fun.
I head outside. I'm gonna try to track this down. I do have amazing amounts of survival though, today.
Yeah, you can roll it, but you right now you're not. You failed that one glitch and then nothing. And roll me a survival. It will be.
Can I use hunting? That seems appropriate.
Yep. You can, of course.
Alright, I'll let you know it again in just a second.
You remember this from last time you were in trade. This particularly strain of potency.
18. Hunting.
No, you are looking around, moving. There's like once you like feel like a great glitch again, and then it's you see yeah. Then there's like you feel it, and you're like running in that direction. Then as you run in that direction, then it goes away again. Slightly.
Yeah, I mean, I just sort of move around frantically from direction to direction, searching and finding anything that I can. So I do spend some time out there as I attempt to search this down, as it does draw my attention to the extreme level.
Yeah, and
Is there something that I had said? Look at Kuro.
Who can truly understand the mind of one such as he? And I also look confused, like, what's he doing?
and I think it's late now, so isn't it? No, it's actually not.
It's not. No, we got almost an hour and a half left.
Oh my god! I wrote the time wrong on my computer. Yes, awesome. Good. Oh, that's good. Go, just continue. Oh. I was like,
Arkova will look at the other two of you and goes, Perhaps he just has something on his mind. Need to get some air.
I hear this sometimes. The claymen say this.
When you say Clayman, there's a bit of a chuckle you hear from Arkova's mouth. It's not very loud, but
I actually I sit down with you, and I don't drink from the wine, but I stay for a bit. Um, I linger around in this area for a few, uh, maybe about an hour, just to make sure if like nothing immediate happens with Hanzo-kun and his monster mate. If they don't need me, and then I'll do other business. But like as we're sitting there, and I'll sort of lean in a bit to Kuro as I sort of sitting next to him. They had spoken of there perhaps to be a madness spreading amongst the Duxi. They were attacked by them.
Oh,
Fae in the wood are being driven mad.
madness. Well, I'd certainly be the last person to ask about a madness. I know nothing of the sort, but the thoughts of these things, something worming its way into your mind, unbidden and unwanted. I've heard of the things that a demon can do, slipping into your skin, the flesh. I don't have to tell you, but the flesh is a holy thing, and when it is rent asunder, a demon, an infection can find its way inside, and this is what you have seen moments ago. This is what you no doubt saw on her leg. You need to save that leg. Apatax, you need to save that woman.
We will know in time.
Hmm.
But for now, I suggest the both of you to tell this to Eros when he returns. I believe the forest not to be safe.
will do, my friend. Will do. And just kind of leans back, and you see him sneaking out a pipe.
and you can see like the sailors like looking at you like,
Oh, I look towards him like you wanna hit this too?
as, mm, mm,
Cypress,
I'm working. He's like looking. There's like nothing. He's been sitting with his legs up, looking at arrows for like half an hour. But he's like no.
He gives a big nod to him.
I don't know, but mm, outside, please.
Oh,
Cypress.
It's like looking at the ogre standing there, like looking at him, and looking at you, and like nodding.
Arkova steps out so he can take a little dip.
Cypress, may I speak to you and I gesture to the other ogre that's here that you said, right? The other.
Swolt.
Swolt. And I nod to that. Please, if you may further enlighten me as to what may have happened here. Battle has surely been seen by your captain. And you too.
We have been searching for the killer of the satyrs, and you out in the forest there as usual. If you get far enough, there is wild animals out there attacking. I heard Hansa met Dukutsit, and she met satyrs and something dark. I don't know. Tall person. He called She called him he, but
What did both of you see in that wood? Were you there? Are we safe in Flame Dance?
we are trying to keep you safe.
I nod, like an appreciation of that.
It's our duty. But the wild animals are moving closer to Flame Dance from the south. More of them are moving in closer. We are trying to keep them out and looking for the killers, of course, but there is something much worse out there than bears.
To change subjects, I say,
Mm.
are there
I feel
any
like
of you?
he has like a 1,000-mile stare out of like a window. Like,
Are there any of your watch that is looking into the attack that had occurred not too long ago in Flame Dance?
I was.
Do you know if there has been word from your King Deliria?
I have not heard of any word. I know a meeting will be held. I am to see over that it goes smoothly.
In time, then.
Yeah.
But until then, are there any plans? I speak for many of my Orcish brothers and sisters for their concern in regards to the mental well-being of those Duxit.
I do not know.
Mm.
There are a small population of them here.
I believe when you can, speak with your Hansa Kyun, perhaps move the Duxit as far away from the Orcish wall and land to the other end of Flame Dance.
They are not centralized like you. They
Oh?
are like other species. They are not in one place. Unlike you and the Ferrum.
Perhaps for the time being, they should be in one place. And looked after. Their minds must be susceptible.
He just sits down. You can leave now. Please.
Of course. I nod and I slowly rise.
And he looks at you. Thank you. And thank you, Kuro, and you, Akroa, for all the help at the market that day. But let's. Yeah, he moves into the other room. And as you are walking out, and you're standing there in the market square, you can see him walking out in leather armor with these like vines like things curling up. And you, Eros, you didn't find anything, but after some time you're running into the others, and then you feel that glitch again as you are moving towards the Orcish community, that small glitch. And it stays there for a while before it disappears again.
Yeah, of course, I try to make my way towards it. I investigate around and do everything I can to track it down.
Mm. You don't find it, but you know it's in the general vicinity of the orcish community. That's where when you're close to that, you feel it sometimes. But yeah, you meet the others as you are like walking around. You can not feel it, but you have like an idea that the next like bip on the radar will be soon. But you're just waiting for.
All right, what I'm going to do is just sort of spend a lot of time moving around and trying to find it, trying to sort of pinpoint it down and trying to use, like, for instance, here and here, just maybe it's in this area as opposed to over here, and I'm trying to figure out what I can so I can acquire the thing. I also beginning to figure out that it probably doesn't want to be found, but
Yeah,
that's just
yeah,
too damn bad.
it's yeah. But with your, I think you had a, what did you have, a 17?
I think it was 18.
Yeah. You know it's in the vicinity most of the time when it's like when it thinks it lost you, then it's you it bip out there, and then it's trying to get away again.
I am of the breath of a wolf, and as such, I am quite the patient hunter.
Yeah. And the others, as you are moving, you can see him standing there, like moving in. You are muted in fast steps from. Well, you can describe it as you're. You clearly see him as you're walking. He's very visible for the other crowd as people are looking at him. Some are like pointing at him as he's like you like walking around. You are, and then you like walk past them like, oh, asshole. Oh, well, they're not saying that. They're like just looking at you like, and then moving away, and then you hear that, you feel that blip again. It's very like, yeah, close. It's not close by, but you move again to the vicinity of the bone house, narrowing it closer that whatever is wanting to get away from you is trying to get back when they think it has lost you. Get back there from where you are like moving around in the city. You can see.
All right, well, I'm going to try to use that. If that's this thing's feeding ground, then I want to. I want to leave it open. I want to kind of move away and give the thing a little bit of time, like maybe 40 minutes,
Mm.
and let it get there if that's where it wants to go, and then, from the shadows, from the back alleyways, it's Eros Adonis. That's what I want to do. Just I want to corral it right into that space, and then go in and get it. And I'm fast.
You are very fast.
I am very fast. I have a speed of 22. I want to say 22. Yes.
Yeah. And as you do that, you're like running. You're running back, and you can see like a familiar face in the like door opening of the bone house standing there. She has pink hair, pink eyes, looking at you. Just hatred written over her face.
Pink eyes and pink hair.
Hmm.
Oh my.
And she looks at you for a while.
So about how far away are we from each other?
Like 20 meters.
I don't know. Can you put it in real measurements, please?
Oh, yeah, sorry about that. I have to calculate that.
It's 20 meters is what, like
It's almost the same as 20 yards.
it's about 60 feet, right?
Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
60 feet. Yeah, sorry. I was, yeah.
So I stand there. So she's hate-filled, loathsome, dirty thing.
She just looks at you and then she like stops and it looks like you like.
And FYI, I have no
Like-
fucking idea what she is, by the way. I mean, what the fuck is this? I just let this big, wide, toothsome smile.
Oh, you
And I will
remember? You remember her last time she was hunting you.
I will begin to smell her. No, that part, yeah, but I mean, in terms of the other deal, like her species, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know that yet. I haven't really learned anything about them.
No. You can see her just standing there. And then he
In
has
front
like
of
a
them?
inquisitive look, like looking at you like,
Hold on. I think I had a freeze there. I missed anything you said.
okay, her
I was
hatred.
saying some shit, and I don't think you heard it either.
Okay. You can speak then.
Oh, I was just saying that I read that part, but I didn't recall. My character, I haven't really learned anything about her species yet. I don't really know. And the way I was raised, I really wouldn't know much about them either. So I'm like, I'm looking at her, and I smile wide, my teeth showing, gleaming, perfectly white. Mm. And I smell, just inhaling her.
You smell lily pads and honeysuckle, and also like another floral scent you can't really point down. And you can see her hair is like a little bit fizzled.
I take my left foot and carefully step just 1 foot closer to her.
She like moves one step back into the room, and you can see her like Akrova as you're standing in there as well in the House of Contemplation. If you did, yeah, you did go in there. And he's like,
Oh, wait, I see a Krova in there?
yeah. He's like, she steps backwards, and then she like steps
Yeah.
he looks up at Akrova, and then like steps like one pace, like to the side of Akrova, and then like steps one pace longer in again.
Phil, are you still here? I got a call from to do something.
Sorry.
Krova, quick! Grab her! And I sort of wince under having to shout myself, but it must be done, and done with force.
Oh well, I think we should roll for the. I think I have his character sheet here.
I'm back.
Yes, you're back.
Yeah, so what does he want to do?
Yeah.
Let's hurt himself.
You can see
So-
it's a Freen that's standing. She was like backing inside the House of Contemplation, and he's beside you now, and you can see him just slightly outside in the door frame, and you can see he's like, yeah, you can yell, but all you want.
Okay, and Eros was yelling to grab him.
Grab her!
Well,
So,
Arkova, hearing this and seeing the situation unfold, not quite too sure, but he'll grab her. Like,
yeah, then
oh,
roll me a. I think reaction is roll me a brawl, then we can roll the action afterwards.
gotcha.
Yeah. It's not good.
Okay, it's a 14 for my brawl.
She has 12
6.
for brawl.
No. 6 is the reaction because you said it's gonna be a reaction.
Yeah.
14 is my brawl.
Yeah, and she has a 12 in her brawl, and I lost one of my dice, and she is on. Let's see here. Oh, she is on. That is 18 in her reaction. And what was your reaction? You have a 6 reaction. And,
Yeah, I have a 6.
Yeah, and Ander?
I have a 6 as well.
Okay. Which of your enlightenment is higher?
Mine's a 10.
Mine's -1 right now.
Oh, it's your rating.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
But you
so-
got one. You got one back. Just so you know.
Oh, I did. Yeah,
Oh.
that's what it is now. At least the
Okay.
rating.
Yeah. Okay. Good. So you are up first, Eros. But you have a hold of her.
So,
Yeah. But no, it's her turn, so she will try to brawl, try to get out of your hold. She is wearing a quilted jerkin, and yeah, pink hair, pink eyes, she is very like normal features, not the usual like over prettiness of Freen, but you can still feel that like calming effect on you. She has like a few scars here and there, and she's trying. Did you roll your brawl? You can also use strength if you want to, because this is in a hold.
Yeah, my brawl was 14.
No, you got her. You got a hold of her.
Oh.
You can describe as you grab her, and now she's trying to get out.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, so like as she's coming up, Arkova just.
She's like stepping back, and then she's like looking at you, and then stepping away from you, like, oh, I better.
Yeah, and as she does that, Arkova just kind of like this big red wall right behind her.
You can just see you like beside her when he begins yelling, because then he can see you.
Well, then he'll take his right arm and just kind of couple it around her shoulder as if they were the best of buddies, but then get behind her afterwards, and his two meaty hands will be on both of her shoulders.
Just see shock on her face as you like respond like.
Okay, hold on there. What is the meaning of all this? What's going on here? What do we need to hold her here? Eros,
And she's trying to get out, so roll me a brawl. She has a meager 12 again, because she is not lucky at all.
I got an 18 on that one.
She is here for me, and now the hunt has begun. So, like the dark wind of the dry desert of ash, I rush in upon her with speed she should long have feared. I really want to feel that connection, that as you called it, glitch. I really try to focus on it, to feel it, to bask in it, to appreciate it, to almost bathe in it.
You can definitely feel like ripples as you get closer, as getting closer to a heat source of some kind. But as you get closer in there, when you get over the the door frame, you have to roll a meditation astral for me.
Oh no!
As you step over something.
Meditation astral.
And then there's like just a wall when you get in there, like close to it, there's still like a wall of like smells of like different. It's not a good smell. It's like all the different like potpourri in the world and essence just smoked, and it's just too much, and the feeling is just like overwhelming.
All right, so I have a massive 9, but as I'm approaching her and running, I yell, "You will shower me with your secrets, vexing vixen!" And I'm rushing towards her, and then the doorway. So I don't know how to register that. I'm not sure what happens.
It's basically it's like a just exhaustion fall upon you, as if you're like carrying like weights on your shoulder, and you're like you cannot like if you have like weights on your eyelids, you can just feel yourself as if you've been up hunting for days, and you are just just this feeling of just utter exhaustion and just longing for the dream as you fall, and you like nearly you when you get there, you can feel that just pressure on you. Cannot run as fast as you could before, and you're not really reaching her, but you're still moving, but it's slower and hard to feel. And you can not say there's any like minus to anything. It's just losing your movement action, I would say.
So I'm like breathing heavy, as you know. I guess since I already used my movement, I guess my normal action would be gone this particular round. But I'm coming towards her like, yeah, and I'm like kind of shaking my head, seeing stars, like blinking my eyes heavy, like not able to figure out what exactly is happening or why. You will tell me why you followed me all the way here. And I show my white predatory teeth. And I come towards her. And I'm also overwhelmed with a sickened feeling at this horrible smell. This like a bouquet of idiocy assaults my nose. I'm coming towards her, like reaching.
Yeah. You can see as he's like trying to get free. Why did you follow me here? You are. He's like twitching and turning, trying to get out of Akro, but you are like you're like an ogre, and it's your turn anyway. So it's like it's just.
So the more she struggles, and I see arrows running up. There is this wash of confusion, not knowing what has provoked such things. But he'll look up and back at her. What's going on here? What has happened? Come on, out with it. What did you do? And he'll like shake her a little bit.
And he's like moving, just her frail body just moving forward and backwards, like, stop it! And he's like, and you can see the Gush like Akrova's lip, and he's like, he has a different voice now. I know I horrible at typing voices, but he has a different voice now. It's like, let go of her now, Akrova. This is not a deal we can struck.
That's what he like releases upon that, hearing that. What do you mean? I don't even know what's going on.
No, I know. And he like looks at her. You. What is he? Why are you this upset? I saw him in trade. Now he's here. Did you hear his calling? What are you?
You?
The other one. Are you the next one?
Next?
The one we're missing.
You're missing? What do you mean? You followed him trying to. You insufferable creature. God, you smell wonderful. I mean to say, and I kind of lean in and start smelling her.
And
My
he's
word.
you're like moving away. Walks behind the snake. He doesn't even move behind it. She just.
I would just start reaching over it. The snake.
No, the snake. She's not moving beside it. She's just moving through it. And if it was just air, and she moved behind it and turns to look at you.
I probably walk into the Typhon then.
He's
it's like I'm.
No,
as you
sorry,
said, like
Typhon is not there. It's just basically it's an illusion, and she's walking through it.
Okay. Yeah.
And get back. So when you're walking,
I do the same thing. Not any skill at illusion, just because I'm so exhausted and tired and like dreamily. I just like I'm completely tunnel visioned on her. That's the only thing that's kind of keeping me from just falling into slumber. I walk towards her. You followed me here. What is this other one you speak of? What are you rambling about?
Arkova backs up when he sees that they were all like walking through people now. His back is up against the wall, his hands are up. Oh no. I don't like this at all. This is I
have not come here for you. I did not know you were here. I sensed someone and I found you. I stuck to you. Tell me, explain. We can do this with our words, or I kind of just like fall asleep for a second, or with our actions.
She just looked very unimpressed at you, like. I could eat you if I wanted here. I could end you if I wanted here. But I think you are. Aren't you the last one? The one unknown to us? The one.
Yeah, hold on. She looks very unimpressed with me.
Yeah,
And-
as you're like sleeping, like your actions. She's like.
Yeah, I had a freeze.
Yeah. And also, I should say it again. No.
I had a freeze. I'm just minimizing everything or closing everything I can on my computer to.
Okay, but she. She said that she could end you now if she wanted to. But I think you're. Sorry, what?
We'll see if you can end me or not. Look upon me, the face of living beauty. You can certainly know it. You don't understand me. That's your problem. You don't know what it's like to be this beautiful. You never have. You're very plain. But that is fine. You still smell very nice. And I like smelling you. You smell like pretty blood. Flowers. Like if flowers had blood. Do they? I don't think so, no. But you are blood flower. Pink blood flower. Yes. And I kind of like stagger towards her. I don't know if she'll get out of the way, but
she gets a bit out of the way, and then she's like looking a bit of like a crow. He's like, oh, no, fuck this.
I like stumble forward. I almost fall down. So I like stumble forward more rapidly from tripping / falling down at that momentum.
Arkova will then walk over and kind of keep you balanced as you almost do that. Oh, there, friend.
So tired of this.
Maybe you should just rest a bit.
No. I've been following her for a while. I didn't know it was her, but you will tell me everything right now.
And she looks at the snake. You think this is what we're looking for? Really? Like she's like.
Just because I am doesn't mean you are not. Think about that. Let's just talk. That's right. Tell him, Arkova.
Are you? Who are your father?
Oh, well.
She moved.
Who's your father?
And she looks away. No, that's not the question.
That's my question.
I was not answered. Will you answer me who your father? This could depend on your life.
Oh, I think you should answer this question. Eros, please answer. Please answer it, Eros.
You think that you can kill me? That's what you're saying.
I don't think.
Think again.
I know. He looks like at the snake. Then he likes nods like he could.
My father's name.
His hair color's right.
My father's name is Finn.
Quelix?
What?
No?
I don't know what you're talking about. What? No.
Well.
Do you want me to tell you, or do you want to tell me? Alright then. I will have to tell you that you smell very nice. And my eyes kind of surge with orange flame as I take in the intoxicating thing. My father's name is Fincale of the Wind Jackals. Wind
Looks at
Jackals.
you like she has no fucking idea. She's just looking at you.
Well, that's his name. And what's your father's name? Father Namer. What?
I told you. It's not the one.
I told you. Did you answer my questions? What?
She's like looking.
Yeah. Right.
Maybe he lied. He like looks like and like nodding. It's like could be.
Maybe I lied about what?
What is going on here? Come on!
Yeah, she like looks at you.
Why would you call me a liar? That is very rude.
He's like looking at you.
I should reach my hand out.
As you're like down and just one step away. Akrova. He did tell me about you. You're the first one we saved. You know each other?
Do I know Akova?
Yeah. Akrova? Like looking at you.
Yes.
You have to answer me this. Very good. Did you save him?
In a way, yes. We were both chained up and ready to be made slaves by those noseless ones. We broke free. We fought. We got out of there. And came here.
And he like looks at the snake, and they have like glances where their facial features like changing. And then they like speak in this strange tongue, which you heard Kuro speak before. This very fast form of an Aegeran, like when the knots are like not bound together quickly, and they're like bows being strung up again. This. Jeg ved ikke, slet ikke, hvordan du skal sige det. Det er bare så forvirrende. Fast speaking. Carter. Something like that. And she's like pointing at him. Do you want to bet? He says in Sindarian again. He like stands back.
You a witch?
No.
Yes.
No.
I feel
Like,
very tired.
What?
Like, I feel very tired, like someone has used some kind of power on me. It's very distracting. I keep wanting to lick you. It just smells so nice. Just come a little closer. Let's not reaching for her again.
Oh, no. Let's not do that. Let's not do that. Look here. I don't know what it is that you will want here, but I don't know what you were doing here, Eros. I don't know any of this. I just I hear screams and hollers. I come.
The Gush is looking at you, Akrova. Can you take him out? Can you take him out?
Yes.
He's like
No.
trying to find the right voice.
No. You will tell me. You will tell me who you are and why I feel so drawn to you.
I am Freyne. You are Mihanki. That's why.
Don't be coy. Don't be coy. I feel the tingle in the back of my neck.
I told you who my father was.
Face of my eyes.
And you told me who your father is. I do not know that name. But clearly it's a lie.
I couldn't hear the name that she gave her father.
Oh, for Kralix.
What does that mean?
That's his name.
Oh, you know what? Hold on, wait a minute. I think I do know that one. I think a certain Aquiro told me that name.
Yeah.
Yes, the dog quality two stats. Wait, no, you don't mean. Hmm.
Yours is like just like reaching at you with the looking at the siphon. He clearly lied. Look at him. Hair. Species could be fine. He's like the last one. Nah, he's like looking at you.
Who is it you feel lied?
Your father. He lied.
He lied about what?
He's the same as ours.
No, 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 that is disgusting. I am no
Yes. It's
kid
like
soon spawn. Ugh, what was you thinking? What's wrong with you? No, no, my bloodline is far more elegant than yours.
he clearly lied. Akrova?
You're calling my father a liar.
Yes. I'm calling my father a liar.
What?
You need him. Stop that. He's
Oh
like,
wait,
he's like looking at the snake as if he's like.
you
when he
think we
starts
have the
speaking.
same father?
Yes.
You're wrong. My father's Mihongi, not Kitsune. God, not at all.
In any form.
I don't understand what you mean.
Akrova, get him out of here.
Oh, right. Come on, Eros. You're very tired. Let us rest elsewhere. I'll take you back to Kiro's hut.
How do you try to get hold of him?
He'll just kind of like put you over his shoulders.
Get off me! My voice becomes loud and I wince, and as I wince, you feel a tremendous heat on you as fire begins to come from my body, burning you. You see a cascade of flame begin to wreath around my fingers, my arms, up my shoulders, onto my face, integrating into my hair. My body seems to be coated in living orange and red flame that form much like feathers as I'm guessing you, as any sane thing would do, drop me or toss me off or something as I am on fire. Uh, and you see large, beautiful, burning wings from my back as I stare and look at her. I'm not from your line. Fox Frayne. And I sort of like kind of powered out slightly of the sleep. You will understand that I am more than that. You chose to ask.
Can't be.
You chose to ask the. You chose to ask the wrong questions. I'm like strided towards her, in the chaos. You've asked the wrong question.
She just stands there.
My eyes burn with this almost living holocaust of flame. My mother's son. I am the beautiful one. I am to be exalted. You shall not doubt me again. But perhaps you hold worth as well. Enough so that you do not need to fear me cutting that sweet-smelling throat of yours and sucking out your nectar, pink flower. I want to learn, I want to understand why I am drawn to you like I was the locusts. I want to know more, and I point my flaming, feather-covered arm towards her. You will.
She move one step when the flame is getting closer to her. She moves one step away. When you're an arm, you can't be in arm's reach. She moves backwards, but she doesn't. Yeah.
You will reveal to me You will teach me. This I demand. This I command. I am Eros Adonis. I am yours to idolize.
She looks at the snake again. And they're like, you can see her facial expression change as some sort of communication is happening between the two of them. I do not want to believe this, but can you leave? I do not want to destroy this place. I can tell you something, but I will not tell you all. Something you have to learn. Did you say locusts?
Yes.
She
Locust.
looks like,
Yes. A drop in an infinite sea. What will you tell me then? What is your name?
my name is not for you. No, I'll not give you my name. It's not for you.
What do you think I'm a witch? I can't do anything with your name. I simply don't want to call you plain Freyane. This is unbecoming. You are clearly worthy of more than that. And besides, if you are what you claim to be, then you should want your name known.
No,
Shouldn't you?
I'm not here for me. I'm here for my father.
Ugh. So pedestrian. Tell me what you will, then. If we shall speak here, we shall speak in the streets. I will not have you attempt to elude me. I am much faster than you, and I am not infinitely patient.
But I have my safe here. You cannot touch me in here. You will not.
We'll see about that.
She smiles. We'll see about that.
At this point,
I get kind of angry as you put that over. Like, yeah, all right. Like, you will tell me. This is what I want to know. Oh, you can live here for the rest of your existence, I suppose.
Akrova?
Akrova at this point, when the cascade of fire comes down, he feels burn. He feels his wound wrapping singeing up. He kind of knocks that off of him. There is a clear confusion going on, as if there are things going around that he does not understand. Of course, he also just seen a person walk through a typhon as if it wasn't there. Now he sees flames coming out the back end of Eros. He just kind of runs off. He's gone. This is clearly beyond what he is capable of dealing with. So he's out of there. He just runs off the back end.
Like she looks at you as she runs, like. Oh.
Yes. Now, back to what we were speaking about.
Yeah.
What is this you had thought I was, or was to do? I do not understand.
We're looking for the third one. There was
The third what?
Trinity.
Trinity of what?
Of us.
Of children of a dead fox god.
Yes.
I see. Well, I am not related to you.
He looks at you like.
Still, we can have a bargain, perhaps. A accord, if you would prefer, or I can eventually eat you. Those are your choices. So, which would you prefer? And at that point, like, my eyes like start getting kind of droopy again. I'm like, ugh. It starts to come into the spell.
It's like.
But I mean, I look opulent as fuck, dude.
I know. Just like.
Gorgeous swirling flames of orange and red with feathery wings. The Firebird.
No. I would like help on this. Another one who can search is always needed. If you're not the one, though I still. You look like him.
I look like who?
The depictions I've seen for Quellix, you look like him.
I look like a kitsune.
No, but yeah.
Ugh. I look like very offended.
She looks at you like, yeah. I just hoped. Maybe there's no hope no more, is there?
I am not related to you.
No.
I'm from the Desert of Ash. I'm from the lady who burns in the sky.
And I'm... yeah. From the land of Nai. But I've heed his call here. It's here. He's calling back his children. All of them. I can tell you more at another time, but I have something to... I did wish you were that.
What is your name?
I will not tell you my name. It's
Why?
not you should remember. It's my father's name. I'm not important. He
Oh,
is.
you told me your father's name.
Yes.
Okay, do you want me to call you Thog Qualix? Nix?
Don't
Ix?
call me anything you should not know. What is your name, since you're so inclined of getting...
I'm Eros Adonis.
Yeah, good. Now, Eros Adonis,
How did you not know that? Everyone knows that.
you're going for... Are you going for that? You're going for the dream? Going up there, being part of Nefraxu's game?
Mm-hmm.
You really sure you could handle that?
Of course. And I stepped towards her in a very seductive voice all of a sudden. I can handle anything. I assure you. You've met me when I'm tired. But when I am awake, I am
Like one
most
step, like one...
Oh.
I
awake.
just looks like him too much.
I don't know what you're talking about.
But leave. I will see to it I can teach you things, but only if we find... If you will strike a deal. If you will find him or her, which is missing. I will not hunt you, and he will not hunt you when he comes back.
I start kind of like calculating the odds. What about your other one? It seems 2, but there's 3. Seems.
She like looks at the Typhon. Yeah.
I looked at the Typhon.
Not.
Really? I just look at the Typhon and I point at it, understanding what they're explaining. I just point at him and I go, really?
It's not him. He's not here.
Oh.
If you've been here a while, then you had felt him. No, he's not here. It's in the dream.
No, but he's the one you mean. This is your brother?
He doesn't look like that. No. No. Now can you move? I do not want you in here. I have things to do.
When will we speak then? In the morrow. What was that tavern's name again? Oh, I don't know. It's over near...
I don't want to meet you in a tavern.
Well, where do you want to meet then? Difficult.
Where do you live?
Oh yes, let me tell you where I live, so... That would... I suppose you'd be able to find me pretty easily anyway. I live with Quiro.
That's, yeah.
Well, you should be able to find him. He's one of yours. So you claim, Strain. So you claim.
Heard that name before.
Well, there you have it. Very well. You will come there. When would you like? Midnight or noon? Or what sort of schedule do you keep, Flower? Oh, my bloody, bloody Flower. And I just go back to, like, just inhaling her.
And she, like, steps one step back, and you can see she's, like, lifting her leg up to kick you, but she's not doing it, and then
You have no idea how much. You have no idea how much I want to drink your blood. I only assume it's amazing.
Oh, I
But-
know exactly how much, and she looks at you with just hunger in her eyes, and she's just staring at you, and then stops it. No.
So
Yes.
much. What time will we meet?
Noon, when this
On the morrow.
on this peak, yes.
Very well, very well, very well. I apologize for my rudeness of trying to eat you, and I look forward to smelling you again soon. And I'll turn and then I walk out, and then so I didn't even really realize when I look at my hand, like, oh, like just looking at him with like just confusion as I kind of walk outside.
And as you get outside, you feel that that heavy burden lifted off you.
Oh, no, I really feel better out here. It must be it's night, yeah.
No, it's not night.
Right. It must be the wind. Oh, it's the wind. And at that point, I started beginning to examine my arms and the feathers and just.
You can see others are staring at you like, what, and
Yes,
and as
I am Eros Adonis. You may look upon me. You may kneel before me and give me your praise. Through me, all things are possible. And I just expand my wings and allow them to look upon my utter beauty.
And we hold it there as people are gathering closer, looking, wondering. Some are on their knees, some are on their knees because they are wondering, some because they're drunk. But they're all staring at you. And their eyes are fixed on this beautiful vision. You see just that hatred in her eyes as she stares at you. And
I look back and I give her this big winning smile, like kind of like I'm hitting on her, like yeah, you like this nice, yeah, this could be yours. You give her that. I want her some more.
you just see this hatred boiling up, but calming, and then hatred, and then especially as you do that, and people are looking, and she's looking around. It's getting worse as she's looking at the people, and we see Kuro and Abitax being locked into the community. The Negali are patting you on your back, smiling at you as we all go to your soliloquies. As it's time now, I think. Unless you want something else in your 15 minutes! But I don't think that's possible. No? I guess
Nah.
Good, I'm just going to choose a theme song then. And I see which is closest. The new audio thing messed it up. So it's all.
So we zoom in on the scene. Arkrova running like a madman through the streets. People are in his way. He kind of knocks him over. He runs out of Flame Dance completely. Completely out of Flame Dance. And he heads for the nearest river, the nearest stream that he can find. Slides right upon his knees towards the waters and begins taking it and splashing it up into his face. Rubbing his eyes furiously. He sees the opium in his hands. He just smashes it up against the stream. Looking the cinder upon his wounds and bandages, and back upon some of his arms. What was? Look at confusion, rage, and a bit of fear, perhaps, rolling around in his dome, in his mind, as he looks around.
Several salamanders just crawling on you as you splashed water in the pond is filled with them. Just a little note.
I ain't even paying attention to that no more. He's just looking at the water, and he sees these little things swimming around. His own reflection. He looks at it as it's all just swirling around his own image, and he wonders to himself, "Is this worth it?" Yes. No, he needs his vengeance. He needs this, but what is he getting himself into? He thinks. And so he'll sit there, pondering, thinking, long into the day and perhaps into the night, not moving, as it fades to black.
Well, this has been quite a day. I saw an army marching through the streets. The new people, the Nergali they call them. I only knew one, truly, a Mose, and he was killed. An oracle, a magi, practitioner of magic, slain. And if what they say is true, out there in the forest, this is the same place that Hansa Kiyum's own wife was nearly murdered, bitten by a huge beast, savaged. She may die, but with Apataxis tendencies, she should live. Yet another that'll be indebted to us. That's not so bad. And yet, there's some tight fists in this place. They ain't giving us our due. It becomes more and more obvious that this place would fall apart without us. We bring them song, we bring them protection, we bring them knowledge, we bring them beauty. And we are repaid with nothing. Making me live out here in this hovel, surrounded by orcs, Nergali. This is a bad place to live. I should be up there. And I look at the tower where the king lives, where the Telep-Tab is up there, is whispering in the king's ear with a stupid Hibben voice. Yeah. Telep-Tab. That senile old man can be up there whispering to a king, administering the coin. Why not me? Come on now. You're gonna listen to a Hibben on any advice that it doesn't have to do with eggs and cheese? It's preposterous. Yeah. An army marches through their streets and they don't even understand. They don't even know. I've seen armies march. And I know it can only be followed and it can only be preceded by death. It is the march, and the only winner gonna be Tehul. And that's for true. It ain't about who wins this war, it's about who survives. And I'm gonna survive. Yeah, the Force ain't gonna get me. Vagish ain't gonna get me. Nergali ain't gonna get me. Nothing. Nothing's gonna get me. I've been around for cycles uncounted, in one way or another. No. No, I can run on forever. Nothing's gonna get me. And then I have a strange memory, a vision, something of a robed figure, black robes, with nothing but a porcelain, featureless white mask over its face. And there's a word, a name, Amelis. There's the scent of salt in the air. No. No, you stay away. You stay away. I ain't done yet. I ain't done yet. And I turn in fitful sleep. There's no dream here. Not tonight, not in Flame Dance. Tonight, there's only nightmare.
So it would appear I am the hero of my own story. The hero of the story that shall be told. As aeons pass, with flame dance. Yes, I shall twirl in burning reds and glorious oranges on mother plumage, and to ascend that swirling staircase to a throne above, which is, after all, rightfully my destiny. Each step I take, I find things that are so wondrous. The smells, the scents, the sights, the spectacles. But the sounds, I can do without those. Even my own voice has become loud as of late, and that simply shan't do. I can't unleash an ogre in myself. I am elegance, not buffoonery. And I feel this burning armor of feathery flesh. Oh, how the flames do dance upon my form, my beautiful, beautiful skin encased in an ecstasy, a wreath of flame. But her there, her temple, oh, how she did a trick to seduce me with her potency for, the powers of dreams, to bewitch me under her amorous spell. Oh, Thog-Qualixa, what is the feminine form of Thog-Qualix? I'm not sure. I'll have to ask Quiro. I'm sure he would know. She says she is here for her father, the daughter, the three, a trinity, a trio, a threesome. Oh, of followers of Thog, the three followers of Thog. Oh, that's something. Oh, it's a tongue-twisting tying. Ugh. Well, these foxes are, well, bespelling, and this vixen turned Freyine. She is plain and drab, dour, even seething with loathsome, abhorrent hatred. But I want to be in her. My teeth sink into the nape of her neck, creamy white, replaced with beautiful blood. Oh, Thog-Qualixa, my blood flower, how sweet you smell, how sweetly you'll scream, and my aura, as it touches yours, we tingle together, and you felt it as I did. Yes, and we shall feel it together. Oh, liar, lies. Oh, yes, my Thog-Qualixa, I will see you in a few short hours, or perhaps long they will linger like the shadows looming from the hovel I dwell in, an iron-doored hovel. Still, Quiro's quaint quick wit shall surely provide of tremendous interest in this endeavor. I am almost giddy with anticipation as to what secrets she will shed, her of nameless name, her my blood rose, who excites my humours to such rapture. I will find the answer to my question. To fuck, to eat, to drink your heart's blood. I am genuinely excited. Oh, Thog-Qualixa.
Moments after leaving those dead headless bodies, my feet stumbling, drowsy, I make it to my study. nearly collapse onto my knees. Slowly stand up again. I hear you, all of you, in me now, with me now. Be my shadow, my eyes, ears, nose. Stay close to me, cling to me, but we must be quick. Look, listen, speak to me, tell me. I turn. Someone is coming. I slowly rise. Apotex! Apotex! Pull the veil and I make my way out. Meanwhile, fast forward a bit. The loud beast again calls for me. What does he want? Dark Fae are succumbing to sickness, I see. Unfortunate. What a strange specimen this is. She is made of weaker stuff. She will not make it. I turn to Hansakian. She will need rest. She will be fine. No, she won't. Sickness has her. I wonder if he will shed a tear, if he knows compassion, loss, any of these children, these forms of flesh that pollute this world. I wonder if they know the loss, true loss, the loss of imprisonment to a world that is being cut off slowly. Mirrors broken, cannot break. Reflection. That connection is there always. You, he, and they are always there. No, I have my duty. These Duxians. They will be the first to know. It doesn't seem like these others care much for them. It's to be expected, I suppose. They're all the same. Hungry, vain, lustful creatures, they all of them. After each other's throats. Who would question if some more were to disappear? I wonder. Your end, my brothers and sisters, will be calm. Stay close to me. We only have 4 days. We will rest inside by the mirror on the 66th, and then out we go again before the long night. In time, we will find the source of this madness that is infecting these weaker children.
Thank you for watching. Bye.
See ya.